Ace, for starters, can you assess the offensive line performance, what you saw, I guess, in terms of both pass pro and getting the rushing game going?
Well, we've got to get more consistent. I mean, I think that's the thing you see. There's points and times, a couple fourth downs, we open up some big holes, run through them, which was great, and so it's not all bad, but there's certainly, there's a lot of good in there. There's just too much non-execution, and it's things that we can control. It's not things that are outside of our realm of capability. So that's why you go out and practice every day, keep working hard, and that's what we got to do is get more consistent in our technique.
After the game, Coach Odom, in describing Ryan's game, was talking about he thought that it was sort of a quarterback-friendly offense approach. Can you kind of go in more into that? Was that something specific for that game plan? Is it something that is kind of your philosophy in general that description should apply?
Well, I think for every position, we're always trying to make it friendly and simpler and easier to execute. We wanted to make sure that we put Ryan in a lot of advantageous situations, things where hopefully what we had game planned he was going to see, and most of those things worked out that way. Just to get him off to a good start, I think he completed his first 10 passes, but that was very important to us to get him off to a good start.
Josh, I guess I'll start with Ahrmad Branch, and he's a guy who said that he now has coaches who believe in him, and there's a lot you can do when you have coaches who believe in you. Initially, what led you to have that belief in him when you got here? And he was the guy that was talked about in the spring as being a breakout performer, and then showed why as he was targeted early and often in that first quarter.
Well, if you want us to believe in you, just make plays in practice. I mean, it's not really that hard. I mean, the kid, like the second practice, he burnt the defense on 2 inside fades, and we're sitting there going, wow. And he pulled his groin or something on one of those, and he was out for a lot of the spring. But we liked his potential, come back through the spring, and then through the fall, he's gotten better and better every day. But when we walked in here, we told every guy, like, I don't really. I mean, we as a staff really didn't care what had been said about each kid. I know there's opinions on every kid that was here and everything, but that would be foolish of us not to think that we're going to take the guys that are here and the new guys that are coming in and help everybody get better. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We're coaches. We're here to help people get better. So we believe in every guy that we coach. And Ahrmad has just taken that belief and run with it. He's done a great job, and through his work, he's put himself in position to be where he's at.
I know we're nitpicking when you scored 31 points, but did you feel that the offense got a little complacent, maybe there in the second quarter after getting off to a very good start?
Well, we had a couple drives. We went 3 and out. Most of those were we missed a check on one that kind of put us behind the 8 ball, but most of those we still just doing some base things. I mean, those are just execution things that we just put ourselves. I don't think it was complacency. I think we just missed some things executing wise that put us a little bit behind the 8 ball, and then we weren't able to get back out of that drive and get a first down.
Coach, just playing George Byrne, he didn't start, but just the tight end position overall, and George in particular, to see him on the field, what that meant to you in the offense.
Well, I think to George, it meant a lot. He was playing so well in the spring, and it obviously is one of those tragic things that happen in football, like that happened Saturday at the end of the game. You never want to see it, but they do happen every now and then. And so for George to work to where he's gotten himself back to it, to be ready to actually go out and perform in the first game, was a huge step for him and a huge step for our offense, because the original prognosis was not that. And credit to Cam Ortle and his staff in the training room for doing such an amazing job helping George rehab and get back.
Rico Walker got the start. I mean, he's a guy who got here late, and he's obviously impressed you. Can you talk about Rico a little bit and what he brings?
Well, Rico has great receiving skills. He can really run and catch. We didn't get to use those guys the way we wanted to on Saturday, but as time goes, I mean, we had some plays designed to him. It was just kind of some of the other plays worked before we got to him, and Rico is continuing to grow, develop as a blocker, but he's very willing. He's just learning technique and learning how to do it. All of that's kind of new to him. I think he was a defensive player in high school, if I remember right. And but he's a very willing guy, works really hard, and you know, as he continues to get better, and George gets healthy and continues to get better, and then we've got some other guys in that room doing a great job in their roles. I mean, I think that position can really help our offense.
You talk a little bit about the, I guess the direct snap package. You go, I guess jungle, you bring in number 72 on one edge, snap the ball to Mockaby or Harris. Guys on TV were calling it the Pete package. You got a name for it, and just talk about that package overall.
I don't have a name for it. We call it. I mean, I guess we do. That's hippo personnel for us. So yeah, that's better. What do they call it?
The Pete package.
Pete?
For Pete.
Oh, okay. For Purdue Pete. Okay, well, I mean, I can go with that. I mean, that's good, whatever. I like it. I mean, it's kind of like when I think about Purdue Pete, I think about a hammer hitting an anvil, right? You know what I mean? And some sparks flying. So maybe it's appropriate for what we're trying to do in that package. I mean, we wanted to invest in something that basically gave us an attitude, you know, that we're going to line up and everybody kind of knows what's happening. We know what's happening. The defense does, and we're going to go get a couple yards and get a first down or a touchdown or whatever that might be. So that's basically what that's all about. It's just having an attitude where we can run the ball downhill and you know, score in short yardage and goal line situations.
Just back to me. You've come here to be the offensive coordinator, a place that boasts about having the cradle of quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious, did that factor in at all to, or does it factor in at all to how you're kind of envisioning offense here, how you're developing an offense here, and what you think this should be going forward?
Yeah, that's why we threw the heck out of it on Saturday. We were bringing back the nostalgia. No, really, that's not really true. Does it impact me? Sure it does. I want to continue the quarterback tradition while I'm in charge of it here. So, you know, I thought we took a good step Saturday. There'll be some days where it's, you know, tough and those things happen, but we got to be able to throw the football to win games. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, the teams are going to play in this league. You're going to get up against teams that the line of scrimmage gets harder and harder to move the ball when you're running it and protect it. So we've got to be in a really efficient passing team. So, and you know, Saturday, it's just like anything else. I mean, first game of the season, it's always this way. I mean, we can get so much better. You know, I mean, there were some things that looked good, and were we pleased with how it turned out? Sure, all those things. But there's so many little details we can get better at that we could have executed plays we had open, and so we will continue to do that. But yes, do I want us to throw the ball and have great quarterbacks? Yes.
There's probably no better room. There's probably a lot of rooms actually like this where it's all transfers. And there's a lot of transfer talent out there at quarterback. At the same time, do you see it as sort of mission critical that you guys find and develop your own quarterbacks as opposed to relying on what's out there in the portal?
I don't. I mean, I always love developing guys that are within our system because it makes it so much easier to bring a quarterback up and that for him to know all your checks and reads, how you think. You know, partly when we were sitting in the room with the quarterbacks, you know, today, of course, Coach Henshaw's coaching the scheme and technical details, but I was kind of telling the guys, like, okay, this was what I was thinking with this call because we'd just seen this coverage or that coverage or this. So you're trying to get them, you're just trying to create like-mindedness, you know. And obviously, a guy that comes up in your scheme has that, you know, if you get a couple of years with him, you know, you're going to have that like-mindedness when he steps on the field to play. But obviously, if there's great players in the portal, we watch it all through college football. I mean, guys transfer around now, especially at that position, and they go and make great plays. So I just want the best players we can get at Purdue and go win games with them.
Is there always a Monday morning quarterback meeting?
This Mondays we practice, so yeah, we always review the game before practice.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's at every position.
Michael Jackson was a guy that I think Ryan looked towards, especially in the second half. Can you just talk about what you saw from him on Saturday and what he provides to the receiving core?
Well, I think you saw, I mean, Michael's an explosive player. He's typically sure-handed. He had the one drop over the middle. And that's just a technique thing. He's got to extend his hands and trust his catch radius. But Mike is just, Mike's just a worker, and he's quiet, and he's a great leader by example. He comes to practice every day and works extremely hard and does little things right and is constantly trying to get his game better. And I think from an older guy in that room, to show that kind of work ethic and just every day showing up being Mr. Consistent, I think it's been a great thing for a wide receiver room.
You worked out a few guys at center over the course of the fall camp, and then Braden Joyner ends up being the guy who has the job. And at least if you go by PFF, he was your highest grade starting lineman. What did you like about him as a center that gave you the best 5 out there on the offensive line?
Well, as time went through fall camp, I mean, and he was not in position, I would say probably in a couple weeks in fall camp, but as time went, he really started making some big jumps and improving. And maybe the best thing he did, he's just been super consistent with his snaps. He has not had a lot of snaps that have been off through fall camp and up to this point, leading up to the first game of practice. So with that, he's learned and he's grown and he's getting better every day and every week, and he's IDing things better and he's getting us in the right situations better. So really just his progression, just every day of doing little things right, has really led him to the point to where we felt like he was the guy to go in at the starting center position on Saturday.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, you're up next.
Jeff.